Hello, good evening everyone, and welcome to Zandvoort for round two of F1 2021 TNB style. Of course, if I say TNB style, 100% race distance. As you can see, Q1 has started. Time is counting down, but so far nobody made a move as yet. Kinda weird because everybody normally can't wait to get out. There's always somebody who want to, get on it immediately. But weird, no movement as yet. So I just hope there's no sort of glitch. No, and as I say that now, there's some movement. There we go. Finally, somebody was gone. I think that would be Jean. Yeah, and not Kimi's garage is empty, so that's Jan. And there goes not Maverick as well. So finally, we got somebody. Of course, you saw there's Stoffel retiring. Of course, Stoffel is a new driver. He joined after the start of the season, and one of the rules is, of course, you retire at the start of Q1. It's just a rule that we have for a brand new driver, which is exactly why you see DRS F1 dive bomb retiring as well. It's just a rule that we have with TNB. If you join after the season started, of course your first race very much will be, you retire in Q1. Of course, if I say join, it's also first time joiners, first time that the guys drive with TNB. So you join after the season started and you're brand new to TNB, so that's basically so. It says you start at the back. Guys also, but you also get to know the guys, they get to know you. You don't want unnecessary crashes, etc. So it's just one of the things. I know it sounds harsh, but don't worry about it. Sometimes it's actually better to start at the back, and I keep on saying that. And some tracks, I'm still of the opinion you actually better off starting at the back. Of course, if you start off at the back, who's going to crash into you? You just need to make sure you keep your nose from someone's behind. More people now actually making a move, as you can see. A couple of guys showing mediums, but surely they're not going to go out on mediums. It's only Q1, so it's too early to call that tire strategy, so we'll have to wait and see. And of course, as always, no car noise in Q1, so just bear with us there with the silence. The same thing happened last week, so hopefully we will have a car noise back in Q2. Of course, more and more guys going out there. See Sepp Schumi also going out now. Yellow flags, but of course that's just most likely guys just slowing down, or in this case Ferrari coming in. Just obviously you see the faster cars to go past, so you just slow down, get out of the way, and automatically yellow flag will appear up. So it doesn't mean that there's a crash or anything, of course. Of course, this is also kind of like the dress rehearsal if you want. So this is really just guys, practicing a little bit, feeling the track conditions and so forth. Real business starts, of course, at the start of Q2. I see there is a few people who joined. As always, you know the drill. Guys that's been watching streams where I commentated, you know the drill. Please post some comments there in the comment section. Be part of the chat. You guys make this all worthwhile. And you make it go quick. Sometimes it is a bit boring just listening to yourself all the time. So right, not Maverick showing us a 112, very low 112, so is Jean. But of course, at just a banker lap at the moment. I'm sure we're going to see much closer to 110 by the end of this session. And I see one of the drivers, Heno, couldn't make it, power failure. And if you were any Heno followers wondering why Heno's not on the grid, that is why. He was hoping to have power back on, but it looks like it's already a good couple of hours since no power. Okay, so here we go. There's a low 111, not Sebastian. And I actually predicted him to be in the 110s and see how close he is to 110s. And then he still have a audacity to argue with me. And looks like he's got a major issue with power in this area. Feel for him. Of course, I feel for any racer because you want to come here, you want to race, being it here at TNB, being it in another league, you want to race, last thing you want is power failures. Right, just getting back to the action here. So Jean also the 111s, 111.5. Boink is 111.7. See, not Maverick is back in the pits, but that show, low 112 should be safe to see you through into the next session. So nobody's going to really push too hard right now. Of course, you get one or two of those brave guys, but do you really want to risk it? So often it ends in tears. You want to go, show your pace, and then you, one small mistake and it's tickets. So of course there goes Batman as well. Of course Batman, Stoffel, dive bomb, low, that's all part of that rule that I mentioned earlier. Retire in the first session if you join after the season started and you're new to TNB. Right, so of course yellow flag again, but as you can see that's just a slow moving car, or is it, looks like Batman might be a well and true for retirement, because that was actually a red car that was stuck in that yellow sector. Yellow flag again there, but this time that's a car coming into the pits. So of course as you can see there, those four cars pretty much had retired is out, so that means we actually already have our cars eliminated from the session. So all these other guys really just need to post a lap and they'll be through to the next session. Don't need to go very, very quick either. So 18 drivers, of course, you can see there's four cars, so already just 14, and of course the 15 pretty much progressed to the next session. So we, yeah, like I say, that's it. That's our cars that's been eliminated from the session. And of course none of them actually posted the time either. So like I said, you just need the likes of a Shumi, a Force, a Kimi and a Rohan to just post a lap time. Doesn't need to be exceptionally fast, of course, at this time. There's Speed Knighton and Jean also better this time, 1:11.2. Jean already 5 laps, so this is pretty much really like a practice session for Jean, just to feel conditions, get that set up. A little over 8.5 minutes to go in this session. And of course, so far, no comments, nobody wants to talk tonight, I see. So Boink is retiring, so obviously he knows, he probably is one of the guys listening to the stream, so he knows definitely he's safe. He posted the lap time, and of course with cars already retiring, he's definitely through to the next session. Not Fernando 112 at the moment, but he's coming in, so obviously he also knows he's safe. Nothing really that he needs to do from here, he's done what he needs to do. Imagine if everybody knew, they say they probably would have dived into the garage and hit the retire button. Of course, everybody, just those guys that still need to put a lap on the board. Of course, when I say put a lap on the board, it's just to make sure that you're safe, because I've seen some weird things where some people didn't post any lap times. They retired and then, they somehow got eliminated where in theory they were safe. So that's just to make sure and see themselves through. So we still to see that guy from Jamaica there in the Haas with the Russian colors. and who's originally there from South Africa. So we need that guy on track. I want to see what his pace is like tonight. He haven't played his hand as yet. Just a little under 7 minutes to go. R2 of course, missed the opening race last week, so good to see him back. See tonight what his pace is like, of course, here in Zandvoort. A lot of guys, you can see, have already complained. The confidence were not there, lots of twists and turns. So it's a guy that's going to have a confidence tonight that's really going to do something, in my opinion. There we go. I was waiting for that. Hello, Jonathan. Had family, so it means, are you back? Are you actually going to be part of a chat here? So yeah, Jonathan, as you say there, he wanted to join tonight. He was actually set to be one of the reserves tonight, and at the last moment he had to pull out because of family commitments. So hopefully we see him in his TNB debut next week. But let's see how it goes tonight on the comp section, so hopefully he keeps me company. So the other Jonathan, not Fernando, made his prediction just like he did last week. Last week he came in with a very good prediction, and I felt, it was way off. Nobody came near that. In the end, he was 2/10 off. He was 2/10 off the pole lap time. So I'm not going to take him out on his prediction tonight. This can be real true because obviously he knows. He didn't say this time who he predicts to be have pole, but he predicts for time. And if you look at it, what Speed Knighton just managed, he's already just 2/10 off again. And this is just Q1. So Speed Knighton did a 1:10.8, and not Fernando's predicting a 1:10.6. So that's 2/10 improvement. So we might actually see a pole lap of less than 1:10.6 if we already have 1:10.8 in Q1. So very good prediction there, Mr. Not Fernando. Here we go. Here goes the other Jonathan. He predicts it's going to be a 1:10.2. And I did actually speak earlier in the week to the guys about the mid 110s, and then a couple of guys were protesting. And I mean, here we are. Just under 4.5 minutes to go in Q1, and we're already in the high 110, so it's possible. So Johnny, I'm going to keep you to your 110.2, né? Beter die een van jou strontpraat comments wees, né? Still force putting no time. But of course, yeah, mind you, memory serves me just now. It just hit me now. There was a couple of penalties last week, but Force just got a time penalty. Force only got a time penalty for which was an extra 5 seconds added to his time, and he dropped down the order, and not Sebastian got promoted. But Force wasn't banned from quali, so Force could have just continued. So Force could have just continued and still do a quali lap. So Force, not sure why he didn't go out, because he didn't have a quali ban. It was just 5 seconds that was added to his race time. But one thing that I do see is Mr. Rinnanen. Mr. Running Gaming, why is there a lap time against your name? Because you had a full quali ban. Why did you go out and put a lap? So Jonathan, not Fernando, whoever's listening, please remind me to keep Mr. Rinnanen honest. Because he reminded the guys about retiring in the first session here, the new guys. But he was actually serving a quali ban after a penalty received after Jeddah. So not sure why there's a lap time for Mr. Rinnanen. So a few guys still to retire, so just over 2.5 minutes to go. Okay, yeah, Mr. Rinnanen, he says a screen glitch. Can I have confirmation? Because on my side it shows that there's a lap. And the retirement only came late towards the session, so. But yeah, we'll see how it pans out in the next session. Oh, don't worry, Ren. Jonathan will sort you out. Don't worry, don't stress, don't stress. I think the guys just get into it so much, you know. I'm glad to see the excitement and the passion that some of the guys are showing for this season. Last week 20 races, this week 18 races on the grid. Yeah, we have one out because of a power failure, otherwise it would have been 19. So pretty good turnout for the first two races, and I love the passion. And there's a lot of spirit, I must say, between the guys, and you always like to see that. So I think some of the guys also might just get too much in it. They forget about their penalties. So if Renan Gaming forgot about his penalty, honest mistake, you know what, I won't hold it against him. You're gonna probably see him retiring right at the start of the next session to try and make up for this. Look, at the end of the day, he did, you know, that is for the stewards to decide afterwards. But you know what, it is what it is. At least the guy is here, and he's passionate about it. He wants to race, so you know what? No, I'm done, to be honest. But yeah, let's see. We will only know afterwards how the stewards will view that. So we got not Fernando, we got not Maverick out on track, not Sebastian, Sepp Schumi, and Kimi in the pits. Of course, they're not going to have enough time to do another lap. Okay, here we go. Not Maverick diving in. So these guys just need to basically retire, or we're going to wait for the timer to run out. No one pretty much will be able to do another lap. It's just not Fernando that can still, you know, do or complete his lap. 20 seconds. I don't think he's going to have enough time to do another lap anyways. There we go. There he goes. Not Sebastian. No, Mr. Renan, don't, like I say, don't worry too much about it. It doesn't bother me. It's an honest mistake. You just want to get on with the racing. Jonathan, if your people are gone, why don't you see if you can still join and grab a car? There is a seat available still. But of course, you must speak to the missus first. Right, there we go. We're just waiting for Not Fernando. Then this session will be completely gone, done and dusted. We can move over to the next session. Oh yeah, sorry, there's still Speed Nighton. There we go. And here he comes through. And finally we have his car sounds back. Doing just exactly what he did last week. A DNF is not in your book, Johnny, because you're not racing. Get the car, come join in, and let's see what you're capable of. Right, here we go. Then a DNF will be in your immediate future. Okay, fine, no problem. There we go, Mr. Renan now saying, sorry, I'm going to get out of here. Kudos, Mr. Renan. Rather realize it a little bit late than not realizing at all. Okay, let's just do this so that we can keep an eye on that. Gives an idea of strategy. Okay, so Stoffel also, because Stoffel was obviously the one other guy that got pulled through, was car 15. And of course, he needed to retire to start as well, so he retired again. Speed Nighton is on a mission here, already in the 110, so Who's going to join him in that 110 range? Kimi, of course. Kimi, not Sebastian, Speed Knighton. They were the speed boys last week in qualifying. No Kimi in qualifying tonight. So can not Sebastian be with Speed Knighton again? Anyone else who can take that speed contest to them? Sean did come close in the first session, so can he get closer? Anyone else perhaps? 13 minutes, when we'll know. Nah, Jonathan, we won't take it from his paycheck. At the end of the day, he pay himself. Do you think he's going to pay himself short? Nah, I don't think so. You know, he's from Phoenix after all. Okay, so Force also retired again, so Force does not want anything to do with qualifying, clearly. Boinkies also retired, not sure why, because Boinkies was not to retire. Oh, he made a mistake. That car was on track when it retired, so that was a well and true retirement crash out. So we already have 4 cars out, so one more car. So one more car to be eliminated. Of course, top 10 going through to the to the pole shootout. So far, one driver on different tires. Speed Knighton, purple sector. Come around to this final corner now. Keeping it steady, you could so easily lose the back end here. And slowing down right in front of a line. Doesn't want to play his hand too early. 1:11.7, good start. That will definitely be safe to progress to the pole shootout. Let's show me 1:12.3 to see how Jean is doing coming around this final corner as well. Like I say, so easy to lose it here. And he does a 1:12.3 as well on the mediums. So as you can see there, the 3 guys in front who posted laps, only guys out also at the moment. We have Weather going out, J-Boy going out as well. Good, here is the performance also, so that's pretty much 5 cars then. So everyone else here just needs to set a lap time, then they'll be through to the next session. Riding on board here with J-Boy. So Jonathan, who's your Brian? Ooh, we got a slow going McLaren, but no, luckily nothing serious. Just slowing down for a couple of faster cars. J-Boy now approaching this final corner. You so want to give it, it's so inviting. You just want to get the foot down, but you don't want to be too quick with it because it's so easy to lose the back end. J-Boy 1:11.9. So not going to also now outlap, so it's here is F1 Rowan. There is F1 Weather, what type of lap? Here we go, fastest for now, 1:11.6. Good lap time. Going down immediately, getting out of the way. Speed Knighton on his way out again. Maybe that is why he slowed before the line, because he decided to change strategy. Not Shumi as well. Of course, like I say, all of these guys, they can pretty much put on any tyre, just post a lap on, and that fastest lap will be enough. Because they don't need to go extremely fast. Not Maverick, a 1:11.5. Not Shumi, a 1:11.0 on the mediums, so that is a genuine good time. Low 1:11 done on mediums. TRSF on Run, a 1:11.0 as well. Very close between those two, soft versus mediums. But again, no need to push too hard, because you just need to post a lap time. Because there's just two guys, not Sebastian, not Fernando, one on track, one in the pit. Not Fernando going very slow, just potentially just building up for that hot lap of his. There we go, putting the hammer down, he's on his way. Just as his teammate is coming out of the pit. And when he slows down, decided to give his teammate the space. If he could get close enough and just the right distance, he could have actually gotten a nice tow from his teammate. I actually for a moment thought he was going to try for that tow, but he decided no, not at all. So he slowed down, so he's going to go again. So it's pretty much it's really just for Alpha boys, but not Fernando did post a lap, very slow lap, but like I say, that's enough to do it. You have a lap on the board, so that will actually help him progress to Q3. So that as it is now, both McLarens, both Alpines and both Alphas through to the final section or Q3 basically. We're just waiting for not Sebastian to post a lap, not Fernando into the pits, knowing that he's safe, so he doesn't really need to do anything further. Jabo retired, so he realized also he's good, he doesn't need to risk the car. Purple sector there for not Sebastian. Riding on board. Of course, real pace we will only really know for sure in the next session. Because you can still have some of these guys sandbagging a little bit. Final corner. This run set enough, he's happy, so he's done. Not Sebastian gunning for the line, and fourth for now, 1:11.4, but as it is, they all posted a lap, so that's pretty much your 10 drivers who's going to fight it out for pole position. So just under 4.5 minutes to go. There we go. John also said that's it. He knows he's safe. He doesn't need to go do anything funny. And not Fernando going out again. Oh, it looks like Yaku's got some sort of connection issue. Leaving again. Hopefully he can sort that out just before the race start. Of course, if he's also in that power outage affected area, that can affect of course, connection. For some reason, of course, if power outages are happening, internet connection also feels it. So Seb Schumi and not Fernando are both on out laps. High speed Knighton on track, not Sebastian, which is most likely getting his way back to the pit. And their speed Knighton just put on the mediums just to do a couple of laps to get some sort of, feel for the track, some experience, some data, whatever you want to call it. But so far there's a purple sector on those mediums. Of course, now going slow, small mistake there, not sure if it was a mistake or just him deciding to back out of it. He's going into the pit. And the guy out there is not Fernando, he's on an out lap. Seb Schumi is on an out lap. That second sector from not Fernando looks like was a decent one. A 1:11.7. Okay, Weezer decided that's it. He knows he's safe. Yaku has rejoined. Hopefully he can stay joined this time. Giving also a decent second sector by the looks of it. Scanning it for the line and a 1:11.6. Speed Knighton is done, so just over a minute left. Don't think anybody else. Yep, nobody's going to go out. If they won't have enough time anyway, so it's still just these two cars. Surely not. Fernando's going to make his way into the pits. Indeed. You might see Seb Schumi doing exactly that. You don't want to take too much out of his tyres because obviously that's his tyres that you're going to start on. And he did post his fastest lap on him, so surely he's just going to get back to the pits. 20 seconds left, so it's not going to be enough to start another lap either, so surely this is pits. There we go, final car coming to the pits, then ready for these guys to finish up, then this session will be over. There we go. Just confirmation. So you got Ruan, Schumi, Knighton, not Maverick, Wezo, Seb Schumi, not Fernando, Jean and J-Boy. That's the 10 guys who's gonna go fight for that pole. Of course, DRS, Dive Bomb, Stoffel, Force, Running Gaming and Boinkies for guys eliminated from the session. Right, now for the business end of this qualifying session. Right, just want to get some information here again. So we'll keep that. Right, clock has started ticking, so who's gonna blink first this time? Looks like there might be some movement in the Williams garage. Indeed, but it is the Alpha Boys who gets out first. There goes for Williams. And of course for Merck. Where's our left station? Some sort of connection issue. Not Maverick with that Valentino Rossi inspired kind of livery on his helmet. Funny, I actually used the same livery design for my driver in career mode, and the thing is I changed the green and the blue around. Good one, not Maverick. Okay, where's the jet rejoin? Can he reclaim his car? That's an important question. Can he reclaim his car, and of course can he go out and do some laps? We're just sitting in the pits obviously for now, and at Sep Shumi, 8 of the guys already on out laps. Even not Fernando, who likes to go out later. But of course he's not Sebastian, he's pretty much leading this pack. The first car on the out lap with him, of course, there is Mr. Not Maverick. And of course first should be that Williams. And here we go. Pretty much everybody on the out lap, fast lap now. Got Speed Knighton and Not Shumi on out laps, and just Shumi and Wezo sitting in the pit, so I'm not sure if Wezo got his car back or is he still battling to get control of a car. There we go, we'll see how they start coming through. Not Sebastian and a 110.8, there we go. Not Maverick, a 111.3. Next should be Jean. Yeah, Jean, 111.4. So not Sebastian pretty much will be lap time what Speed Knighton did in the first session. J-Boy 111.489. Ooh. Look at John and J-Boy's times. It's like just 3/100. Run a 110.7. Just 110 off of that. Not Fernando predicted lap time. The Speed Knighton also in the 110s, the 110.9. Not Sebastian is in, well, not Maverick coming. Yep. Looks like John stayed out, he's going to do another lap. Shumi and there is Wezo to set times, but looks like Wezo did get hold of his car. He is on the outlap. Just over 6.5 minutes to go. Is there any other predictions? Anyone who's willing to predict the pole lap? And even if you're not scared, who you think is going to take it? Not Sebastian in the pit, of course. Not Schumi. We've got not Maverick. Jean and J-Boy as well as not Fernando. Except Schumi fine on the outlap. Only one still to post a time. See no further predictions, so yeah, it's going to be, and Ron goes faster, 1:10.5. And there he goes quicker than not Fernando, who predicted a 1:10.6, so that's for 1:10.5. So not Fernando very close with a prediction of lap times. Of course, the slower car just getting out of the way. Faster cars, you can see there. That's why you see a yellow flag in that session, that sector. John definitely going for it. So we got 4 110s, so 4 111s, and then the 2 112s. Just under 4 minutes to go. John's coming around and just finish another lap, so he's not diving in. Not to worry about that yellow flag. That's the one Ferrari driver going slower for the other. Not Schumi, 1:10.4. Oh, not Jonathan. Other Jonathan. He made a prediction 1:10.2. All of a sudden, you 2 tenths off. See, not Fernando coming through. 1:11.5, so that's 11th. Right, so Alpine being pushed back in. There is Wezo. Not Schumi, 1:10.4. There is Ron, 1:10.5. Speed Knight, 1:10.6. Not Sebastian, 1:10.8. So not Sebastian and Speed Knight in there. So we're joined by Schumi and Ron this week. So 4 guys looks like you're just going to really go for pole. And not Chumi still out there. Ron is now on an outlap. Surely not Sebastian and Knighton will go again. There we go. Not Sebastian's on his way out. There's Mr. Knighton as well. So they are definitely out again. So as you know, obviously they're all to give, all to go for a lap. Got Wezo, not Fernando, and Seb Schumi in the pits. I think that Wezo one might still be because of that connection. Let's hope not. Yellow flag, but again it's just a slower car getting out of the way. Sebastian coming around final corner to start then what will be next hot lap. We should have a last hot lap and there will be no other time after this. Oh, and the Ferrari spun on the start finish line. Pretty much right there. So, oh, and there we go. Not Sebastian going very wide. Not sure if he got caught out, missed his braking point. Oh no, that's a puncture. That's a puncture. He might have actually drove through debris caused by that Ferrari. The Ferrari's front wing is gone. He is fighting another day, but not Sebastian. Actually picked up a puncture, which could only be him going through that debris. You saw him immediately going wide. It was not him missing his braking point, but obviously tyre that got deflated. Yeah, so that Ferrari's debris most likely ended up in that front wheel, so that's it for not Sebastian. Not Schumi is done, not Maverick done, J-Boy, not Fernando, Seb Schumi, so pretty much Ruan is limping to the pits. Here comes Knighton, no, not Sebastian, so what can Knighton do? A 1:10.3. 1:10 off of that predicted time of Jonathan, because he said a 1:10.2, so we had 1:10.3. Very good prediction. But Sebastian still limping to the pit, so obviously Ruan might be close. Yeah, here we go. He's now going into the pit, so that's the end of this session. Looks like we're going to get his car back, so he's on track. He improves to 5th. Not Sebastian coming in, he doesn't make the pit. Where's the retired? So as soon as not Sebastian goes in, now there's still Ruan as well who need to retire. Then qualifying will be pretty much over. So we're just done. Mr. Not Sebastian. So he will start in 4th. It's a shame. I was looking forward to that last lap of his. Because Speed Knighton gave a very good one. It would have been interesting to see what Not Sebastian would do in that last lap. Fortunately it will not be. So session over, so come bring on the race. So this confirmation, Speed Knighton starting from pole, followed by Not Schumi and DRS Ron. Of course then Not Sebastian 4th, Wezo 5th. Not Maverick of course to start next to him, and then of course on the 4th row we've got John and J-Boy, who have Not Fernando and Seb Schumi basically locking out row 5. So that's how they will start. Of course we will move over to the race shortly. Just of course that formation lap, just keep that in mind. Of course guys, just to get the final strategy sorted out. Pretty much everybody once ready up we can go. Right, just waiting for them to sort out those tragedies. As soon as someone is ready up, of course you will see the counter start counting down. So once everybody is ready, all that counter runs out, we will be going. There we go. The counter started. Wonder how many safety cars we will see tonight after last week in Jeddah. Not sure if anybody had the true count of Jeddah, but yeah, that was 6, if not more. Some, I think 7 or 8, I lost count. A couple of VSCs as well, but yeah, very high mortality rate. Out of 20 starters, only 8 finished last week. Right, formation lap is underway. Yeah, that one is leading away, so we can leave interval. Yeah, they'll stick the interval there. I'll leave that. So yeah, so we got both front runners starting on mediums. Then we got 7th place guy there, 13, 15 and 16 on mediums, and we got Jerry's Batman there with hard. Okay, I see actually Jerry's F1 dive bomb also not. Just your prediction for pit stop there. Batman Kimi at the back. Batman just needs to give a position back, because he's classified behind Kimi. Right, guys, just approaching this final sector. Just around that final big corner, and then, yeah, it will be cars lining up again. Then wait for 5 lights to go out and we will be racing. Of course, as you can see, there is 72 laps. Sounds long, it is long, but it's still the same time, of course, as last week. It all just depends how big, how long the track is. Right, here we go, Speed Knighton, bringing them around. Just lining up. And Speed Knighton approaching his stop. Here we go, he's in his box. Not Jimmy, Rowan, not Sebastian. Waiting for the last few cars at the back. Right, looks like everybody's ready. Wait for the light. And go, 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 go. Shumi with a very good start on the outside, inside now. He's passed. Oh, and there we go. Knighton also run on the outside of Knighton. Not Sebastian and Ron fighting there. Not Shumi through solidly. Not Shumi in first. Speed Knighton following Ron. Has got his hands full there with not Sebastian. Also Wezo. Oh, and Ron a little too aggressive on the fuel. He spins into, well, that's another front wing gone. Of course, lost his front wing at the end of Q3. So he will be limping back to the pits behind his teammate for tonight. Looks like we can have a close battle here with the top 4, maybe 5. Jerry Spatzman also got past low. So he's now 16, he's no longer 17. Looks like he's going for it, he's past not Kimi as well. Then we're just taking over, try to break here that slipstream. Looks like now Sebastian might be getting a little bit away from Wezo. Low in the pits, not sure, because that's also wing damage. Yeah, Low is changing wing. Low on his way, the Ferrari still in. Run on his way. Give me ahead of Batman now again. I think Batman might have spun a bit, so Ferrari we're going a bit sideways. Let's give me ahead of him and a bit of a gap now. We've still got the papaya car, some people call it, followed by the Alpine. Not Sebastian. Wait, not that far off either. Not Maverick and John, but then you start seeing a gap, a clear gap actually opening. Oh, yellow flag, somebody spun out of that final corner. Looks like he might have been running gaming. He's on his way into the pitch. Falls with a decent start, he's up to 11th. Oh, VAC. Point is up to 13th. Pushing after Nottingham, of course, no passing now, and there's also watching the speed. You can't go full speed now. You have to slow down. Oh, driver penalty, speeding under VSC for Low. Just as I say, you need to slow down. He was a bit too fast. Right, back to full racing conditions, Low with a penalty, but of course that is that speeding under the safety car. Like the Ferrari's having the handful at the moment. Run past Low. Oh, not Sebastian down to 6. Dropped a few places. Jan is past him and not Maverick. Wezo tried to go after Speed Knighton, who's on the tail of that papaya car. Jerry's dark form at the moment in a solid 7th. Speed Knighton passes lap 149. He's all over that McLaren. One would think if he gets into a DRS zone, it will be tickets. Wesley just struggling to hold him a little bit to these two in front. But he's got his mirrors full of murk. John just dropping off a little bit, but not much. But Sebastian managing, well, not managing to hold on. So I think there's some sort of there's some damage, and most likely front wing damage, because he's dropping back further and further. Gap is now 3 seconds after he was literally on the back of Knighton. So that might be some damage that he's carrying. Hopefully to go as far as possible and maybe stop as close to the pit stop window. Okay, boy, with a good drive, but he has enough tow, DRS and all that stuff. He's going to the inside. Oh, bit of contact there with dive bomb, but nothing serious. Stoffel immediately sensing opportunity, but not enough gap there. Still staying there with Schumi, but Schumi's doing a good job to hold him off. In a car which I assume might be us. That might be Stoffel, but we get that here, yellow flag. Oh, first corner, oh. Speed Knighton spun. Not sure what happened there. Doesn't look like any damage from the onset. Okay, maybe, just maybe, some error. But I don't see any damage or anything of this car. Oh, Jean retires, no. That should, yeah, there we go, that is definitely safety car. Couple of Jean, our first official retirement. 5-second penalty. Maverick Rump being into force. Such a tricky one here when it comes to safety car and being behind the car ahead of you. Can you go on, do something here? No, well, of course he can't get past him, but he can get close to him. But that's the safety car just allowing him through as the safety car is waiting for the leaders. So obviously they can unlap himself and just join right to the back. Shumi was in the pit. J-Boy coming around, but Shumi's gonna join ahead of him, but it almost looks like he might have just touched that line on the way out of the pit. See, that might have been a penalty. Here we go, leaders is caught up with the safety car. Boinky's fourth. Oh wow, from where he was. Fourth currently runs in 16th. One coming into the pits again, and almost like that was a very late call. Okay, one comes away again. Cedric car finally coming in, yay! Okay, not sure if Kimi got control of his car. I know he said that he's not going to be able to make qualifying and part of a race, but yeah. We'll just have to wait to see if he actually takes control of his car, if it stays no. Let's wait, just wait to see. Anyway, here we go, Shumi. Got here release it nicely. He's got JB for company. And he's on his way, JB. Looks like J-Boy's falling back. Yeah, 1.9, definitely. Oh, another yellow flag. Looks like that one was just short-lasted. Looks like Ron is also ahead of not Sebastian. Shumi 1:14.8, and he's now 2.2 seconds ahead of J-Boy. Just take your time. Just be patient and choose the right time. Fourth, still in a solid 66, Winky in fifth. DRS enabled again, here we go. We might start seeing some overtakes again. Oh, 3 second time penalty for dive bomb. You guys, I'm just trying to get some cool air here. It is hot. It's almost like the nice coastal weather. It's weather without having the sea. Yeah, it's been one of those hot weeks. Right, so J-Boy 5 seconds behind, not Shumi. Seb Shumi 1.4 seconds behind him. Weza is there, still on those mediums. You can see a couple of mediums now as the guy stopped. Winky still on the ones that he started with. Force, also same tires he started with. Maverick moved over to those mediums. We got running gaming on the hard. Juan is on mediums, so it's not Nando. Oh, and running gaming spinning back in there, just too happy. Back in steps out, and that is running losing the game. Well, sorry, losing the car in the game. Nice got the Ferrari right in the back of him. Ferrari, of course, a fat man. And fat man make a move. Not the best, in a bit of a lonely 13th, so Austria was third. Oh, there he goes, Force. Out of that final corner. Force just coming out of that final corner, losing it. That's terminal damage. Force retires. I believe that will be another safety car because that car's in a very peculiar place. Force leading the session, of course. North Maverick, decent fifth. Feeling the pressure from Ron. Ron still there with North Maverick. Must it looks like he's getting closer to Seth Shumi. Ooh, 3-second time penalty, safe Shumi. Oh, it looks like he also went wide, so he's off track. He managed to get a place up there thanks to he just didn't beat it basically. So he's sort of fighting another day, but now there's no front wing, so he's going to have to limp to the pit. So this is opportunity for some cars to pass him. Oh, another yellow flag. Is it a slow moving car or is it a car that is in problems? J-Boy, that's it. J-Boy's out. J-Boy's out. Third retirement. Another safety car. Oh, Shumi, another penalty. 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Of course, now Mr. RSDV, of course, he's out of town. So is Poison Boy. Of course, they did make excuse long enough. Right, can Lowe get away from this guy? So far, one is no. Safety car just backing them all up again. Just hope for no further penalties behind the safety car. Right, that's just everybody lining up, waiting for another lap or two, then we will go be back at full racing conditions. On lap 19 out of 72, behind safety car. We had 4 retirements now. As you can see, Batman is also out. So in 15th place at the moment it is Kimmy. So, yeah. 14 cars remaining, not to me with a penalty there. Looks like he stopped under the safety car. Wezo leading with Maverick in second. Just want to see what that penalty count is exactly. There you go. Shumi was speeding in the pit line, so that's 5. 3 for Seb Shumi, and of course 3 for Dive Bomb. In the way of, I wonder if he's in control of that car or not. Safety car anyway coming in. Where's he becoming the safety car? Is he going to go? Yes, he is. Back under normal racing conditions. Not sure we're going to look on the inside of not Maverick. He is. Ryan is there. Oh, he wanted to look on the inside. Not Maverick said, no, not this time. He closed the door solidly. Mr. Renan is in first. Still got a wing intact, still got those hard tires he started with. Ooh, another yellow. Yeah, the Guezo is not to me pulling away. That Mercedes of Maverick as well. She even Brennan's got a bit of a gap as well. Ryan, another 3 second time penalty there for him. Ryan, not Sebastian, and Seb Shumi in the pit. Perhaps some damage there. Shumi still hanging on to Wezo. Maverick just falling up from him, and Renan Fleming also falling off from him. Wendy's still in that solid 5th place. Speed nice and made up to 6. Nice has got low for company. 18 lap all mediums. So from there we on the start finish line. Not Kimi now in the 11th. Not sure if he's in control of his car. Or otherwise he just don't have any confidence around this track. Platform on low. The C-stop is also not far off. Shumi actually got past Wezo. So Shumi looks like he's starting to get away. Not navigating closer to him now. Renan in still in 4th. Steve Knighton trying his luck on Boinkies is going to go on the inside. And he is through. Oh, and that is a Alpha. Fernando coming into the pit. Getting the tyre. He's made it to the pit. Oh no, that's Rennan out of the game. Rennan's out of the race. Running solidly there, but unfortunately he's out. Our first retirement, lap 23. Let's see what we have here. Couple of penalties, as you can see, for a few guys as well. Wanky's in the pits now. Looks like he's coming up with some softs. I don't think Shumi will like that, because he was got past. He was just about to look at doing a gap. Maverick still there in first place with Pete Knighton behind him. Safety cars bringing Speedy closer. There we go. We got that crazy guy who didn't want to retire from qualifying.
Yeah, that crazy guy
had a good start. We actually won a good position,
start.
And then he chucked it away.
Did you see the incident that happened where I retired?
No, the only incident that we were on with was kind of like that spun you had earlier.
Mr. Ice, you're gonna love. Good evening, everyone, now watching the stream.
But that spun of yours was actually also unfortunate, but well done, no damage. And you stuck it out and you actually gained some good positions. And then just
are you on board with not Shumi at the moment?
No, I am now.
Okay, so just jump onto TV Pod. I'll tell you exactly what happened, right? So coming up this hill here. Okay. So I'm on the hard tire, so I can't deviate too much. I'm left here. You see this curve on the left?
Yep.
I hit that curve. And I didn't even know there was a curve there till I hit it. And it was
you found that hard way. Yeah, because you don't really realize there's a curb because you try not to hit it, and then you hit it and you realize, oh shit, there's a curb.
You shouldn't have hit it in the first place. Well, that's the story
but
of me.
I must say, very good start. Very good race. You made some good positions, much better if I must compare it to last week, and just unfortunately one of those curves.
Did you see
the
VSC
tire is always a bit of a tricky one.
From my side?
Sorry, there?
The virtual safety car restarts about
not
6-7 laps ago. So I was about P13.
Safety car coming in, here we go.
P13, and on the restart, it goes green. VSC ends, it goes green. I catch, I think, Ruan sleeping, get past him. Then I see Seb Shumi had damage holding up guys on the side of the track, and I passed 3 cars in one corner.
In one go. Yeah. I mean, you were behind, not Maverick.
No, me and him were racing like a team today. It was very
like the good old days.
Yeah.
Let's see.
And unfortunately now,
we tried to stick to Shumi. When is Shumi gonna put out?
Oh,
Oh,
Shumi loses
Shumi
it.
spoils it for himself.
Shumi loses it.
Shumi spoils it for himself. He weaves. He just
Oh, and
weaves
then
a
his
little bit too much.
tiger! Oh no!
And
He
that's
gets
out of a
clipped by
session.
Not Fernando.
No.
He gets clipped by Not Fernando
Not
rejoining
Fernando
the
with a
track.
puncher, so that's obviously into that damage.
Oh my
Into
dear,
that
what
debris.
an unfortunate chain of events, Johan.
He was the race leader, he was the safety car, and unfortunately I have to say, it looks like there was just that extra bit of weaving, and while he was weaving, he wanted to put the foot down, and of course the car was out of position, and whoop, straight into the barriers.
Yeah, no, that's
And that
exactly
became
what
retirement,
happened.
never mind her nose gone. Oh, not Sebastian having also a terrible one.
Oh no, and he
Not
had
Sebastian
such a good
also
qualifying session as well.
also puncture. And he had a puncture in qualifying as well.
So
What were the
that's the
alpha boys
second
in the
puncture of the
puncture tonight?
day, and he's missing a front wing. That's going to be one extra long pit
But
stop
I
for
think
the
that puncture actually caused him to slide, and which would have taken the wing off. But he already had a puncture in qualifying. His teammate just had a puncture, and here he is. So that's like the third puncture tonight for Alpha.
This is not good for the guys at
Oh,
Pirelli.
this car is so not drivable as it is. Yet again, we're back in getting out from him. Kudos
And
to
knowing
him
the
for still
driver
keeping
that,
it together and wanting to nurse it to the pit.
And
I know
knowing
guys who
not
would have given up by
Sebastian,
now.
He's not happy at the moment, that I
can
can
imagine.
guarantee.
5-second penalty, speeding on the pit lane for Ruan.
And Rowan
Oh, and Ruan
retires.
decided to call it quits. That's obviously coming into the pits to retire, so Ruan had enough. Very challenging,
I don't know
very
if you've
challenging one for him.
noticed this. There's a bit of a collection of front wing end plates at the final corner.
Yeah, debris sitting on the track.
Yeah, on that inside of the final corner, it is probably the most dangerous place to go. Probably since Afghanistan in recent years. That's how dangerous that inside
I mean,
of
that
the
is
final
where the
corner is.
Ferrari had some contact with wall. That
Yeah.
is where Foss retired. That is where not Schumi retired now.
That is, yeah.
So that is,
Unfortunately.
and I mean,
and then Muna
and I
goes around
expected
again.
a few things there because I was actually riding a bit with some of the guys practicing, just to get a feel for it. Coming out of that last corner can be a tricky one. You can either make it beautiful like some of these guys had with their qualifying laps, or you can lose it. Back end so easily can step out.
And as it stands right now, we've got 11 runners. I'll go through them quickly for us.
And
Mr.
we
Ice.
on the 27 of 72, so
Yes.
not even halfway as yet.
Yeah, so starting from the bottom, we've got not Sebastian, who has to peel into the pits as he
Yeah,
does
he
now.
made the pit, so he's coming
Yeah.
in.
And then his teammate, not Fernando, who unfortunately collected not Shumi coming around the final corner. He would have been blind to the fact that there was a car lying on the road. Oh, and someone's front wing gets knocked. I don't know if you just saw front wing go flying as well. I don't know whose it
Riding here was
was.
not Fernando.
Trying to track it down here, but I just seen a car knock a front wing on the track. I don't know whether that's going to cause a puncture. Lots of incidents happening in these last 5
already.
laps. Yeah. And as I was speaking,
I think
not
somebody
Fernando.
might have just clipped some debris,
Yeah.
because I don't see a car without a wing.
And somehow, not Kimmy, managing to be in the points positions without actually
I don't
racing
think he's
tonight.
driven
That's-
that car here
no.
tonight.
So, a good stroke of luck for him. And then we got Seb
Not
Schumi
sure what's the
following him.
news on that, because that was a very late announcement. Just before the
Yeah.
race started, that I think Timmy couldn't make it. And he was hoping to be here by the race done.
I don't think that he will be excused from this race, so he will be seen as missing a race without warning.
Yeah,
Wasn't,
because at the end of the day,
within the
this is almost half distance with AI doing the laps, and of course
Yeah.
that you can't do.
And see safety car in this lap. In front, we've got Loki or Low Q We got Boinky,
that is
Stoffel,
low.
Dive Bomb, Speed Knight, not Maverick actually promoted into second now. Johan, and then Dioris
Wezo
upon
was
Wezo.
here earlier in this race, so I know you will feel the pressure, but still, he was here earlier. 11 cars. Oh, 5-second penalty for Speed Knighton.
Speed Knighton being the root of many incidents tonight, from what I've heard around the paddock.
And it's...
Wezo was...
there goes not Maverick. And Dive Bomb. Dive Bomb out of a race.
Not Maverick
5-second
peeling
penalty
into
for
the
not Maverick. Not
pits.
sure if not Maverick got bumped there. Just saw the back end of that, the car.
Did you actually see what transpired there?
No, I was actually riding with Wezo here and just saw the back end of it.
I missed that as well. I just saw Dive Bomb crashing
That
and
puts a
not
Haas in
Maverick.
third place. Boinky's in fourth. Not Maverick into the pits.
As it stands, Alpine running a 1-2, although Speed Knighton does have a penalty to his
Yeah, he
name.
got a penalty for that, but that 5-second penalty was not Maverick. It's kind of like something he got reported for last week as well. Driving into the car in front of him behind the safety car. So I don't know if it's again an AI issue or what, but yeah, that might actually be reported because that is the second race in a row something like that happened.
And we did allow him leeway the first race due to the fact that he was saving footage. So if
Yeah, and
it's
it was
the same
AI
excuse
driving.
again,
But yeah, so he might be reported again.
We can be as lenient this time around since it is the second offense. And they are dropping like flies.
Hey, for one it was going well and all of a sudden whoop whoop whoop. 10 races left.
All of a sudden we see not Fernando gaining a lot of positions.
Not Fernando
here
from towards the end to in 6th place all of a sudden.
Yeah. He not so long ago had collected not
Looks like
Shimmy
Lowe
on the
also
track.
got some damage. He was in the pit.
Yeah.
In a good position, had to pit.
And I see that we're probably on what, the 5th safety car of the night? And it's
Still not
even
halfway yet.
halfway.
And it looks like it's getting gloomy. Might there be another twist in the tail here? Some rain coming?
I saw at about the 60-minute mark there was a
So
spot
we
of
watch
rain
a little prediction.
Exactly.
Oh.
And since there's a safety car, it's going to prolong the weather conditions
Yes.
as well.
To copy a friend of ours here. Nah-eh.
Ah. And Mr. Ha'e actually in 7th,
Yeah.
gaining 2 more positions, but he's not actually driving. This is
It's still, as you
amazing.
can see there on the display there's a little cross next to his name.
Yeah.
So that's not
But
him.
I think what we'll do is we'll just remove him from the points classification to
I
then bump
think I
everyone
frightened
behind
him
him
when
up
I
one.
told him I'll see him in the comms box tonight. He got scared and he decided not to. So he looked at this, he looked at the comms box, the racing, and he just said, nah,
He just said, nope, not tonight.
Right, of course we're going to do another lap here behind the safety car. As you can see there towards the back, there's that debris that Renan spoke about earlier, still lying there.
Is piling up by the masses. The collection is growing, and it might claim even more vehicles by the end
I
of this race.
believe
that
we're going
final
to see
corner.
1 or 2 more incidents. I did see one guy, somebody got reported, so obviously we'll have to look at that after the race. I can't look at the footage now, but I did receive one, so I assume some of the other stewards also got some reports, so we'll have to look at it. I think we're going to be busy this week. Oh, not Maverick losing the back end there. Oh well, did wonders to keep it off the wall. Did he manage to keep the damage of the front wing as well?
Having a look there.
Because he tried to avoid it completely. Yeah, that looks like he's got the end plate, so he just slammed the barrier with his tire. Luckily not the front wing.
Hopefully
Not
he doesn't have any
Sebastian lap, because
floorboard.
looking at that lap time, not Sebastian is behind, not Maverick, and not Maverick is actually behind him on track.
So, because he
So,
was
not Sebastian's
limiting
lap.
that car for a very long time.
That, of course, that's puncture and that wing safety car coming in.
It's very, very
Of course, I must give it to, not Sebastian, he's still in the race. I know people who would have retired. Of course, anything can still happen. There's still points to gain. Everybody, as it is now, is in points paying positions. But of course, you need to make it to the 90% race distance to get points. Of course, if you retire before 100%, but you have done 90%, you will get the points for that position you classified. So that was confirmed also this afternoon on the info. So just putting it on the street, but everybody is just aware of it. Here we go. Weather time did absolutely perfect. Got away from Knighton and already a second, so he caught Knighton nipping there.
I'd hate to be the bearer of bad news, but raindrops are falling.
I saw that, yes, but I thought, no, maybe I'm dreaming here, but you're right, it's definitely raindrops. So that span in the works is coming sooner, just like you said. This safety car's prolonging, it's slowing down the race, so don't do the laps as you at the same pace. So obviously the races are taking longer to complete, so you're going to see the rain sooner, and that's exactly what's happening. So if it's going to get wetter, now it turns for inters, and if guys are already finding it slippery, imagine in the wet conditions.
Yep.
Boink is struggling to hold on to Knighton. He's got Stoffel to contend with.
See Weza actually peeling away quite nicely at the front.
Yes, he timed that start brilliant.
Yeah, no, it was a very good restart, and as it stands so far, we've got all these cars and points running. And
yellow flag, safety car,
no.
for what?
This, I have no idea. Is there a car with damage?
There's no incident or anything. This is just safety car being pulled. This is weird, safety car. Okay, and Weza decides he's going to pit. Is it a bit early? Is he going to go for the inters?
I think it might be a bit early for the inters. The track doesn't
Surely those mediums could have gone further.
Too wet. Yeah.
No, he's going to go in inters. Unless it doesn't look as bad from our end, but everybody's actually putting. We're all going for inters.
Everyone's diving in, yeah, but
everybody's going for inters.
Being disabled. I think there's a lot of
people. Now the Alpha is double stacking. Now everybody's going for inters, so it's actually a lot worse than what we can see on our site. Interesting. Not Kimmy's AI decided to stay out. Normally AI would dive into the pit.
The first to dive in, yeah, that's what I was thinking.
And of course now these guys pulled in for inters, it's safety car. Unless they now anticipate the safety car and the rating is going to get heavier.
Yep.
So that might also be the case, because now they know they're going to sit behind the safety car, and those who haven't pitted might be sitting ducks, because now everybody's bunched up again, and the guys in front haven't pitted for those inters.
However, on the forecast, it wasn't the heaviest patch of rain, so
no, but
I think Speed Knighton and Seb Shumi are banking on the rain actually going away.
Heavy. Like I said, unless these guys are calling a different strategy here. Knowing we're going to sit behind the safety car for a few laps. But why would all of them have the same gamble? Unless it's literally a case of it doesn't show on our side as bad as it really is. But let's see what the leading three cars do this time round.
I think on the restart we're going to see someone going around on this final corner.
No, the top three cars are staying out.
As fantastic as this bank corner is in real life, Johan, it just doesn't have that same effect in the game where it gives you that extra camber, that extra grip. If anything, it puts your car off balance, kind of.
And yet, if you looked at Zandvoort last year, to use another word here, how majestic that bankment was.
Yeah. And especially this
but the game is not doing it
corner as well here, this bowl kind
of
corner.
Also, but the game is not doing it justice.
Yeah, it doesn't do it enough justice. Those guys weren't even braking that much in real life, taking that corner.
And I mean, you don't see this back end slipping out there like what you see in the game.
Unless you're in a Ferrari and your name is Carlos Sainz, the back end doesn't go around that corner.
Still no Kimi. This is now almost half race distance.
Yep.
still an X behind that car, so I think we can safely say that car cannot be classified.
And that's very strange because I made sure the AI was set to 0 to make them
Not sure where's
extremely
Kimmy,
slow.
unless it shows like that, then there's some sort of an internet issue, we don't know. Of course, as much as we say that, we're gonna just have to obviously look into this afterwards first to get our ducks
No,
in a
but
row.
look how straight and uniform the car is going. That's definitely an AI controlling it. That's not a human.
Safety car coming in. Ooh.
Yeah, so this will be the...
So who chose right? The three who decided to stay on the dry tires, or the rest of the grid pretty much to stop for inters?
Yeah, and your speed nice and actually stopping quite
Oh
abruptly.
wow, I
there.
see Frana is back. Frana made a comment earlier. I see Frana popped in earlier.
Lovely.
Yeah, so Frana came back. Nice to hear from Frana.
Let's have a look at how the
I see
stream's
Yuri.
going.
I agree with Yuri. Yuri saying there that Pete is even lucky. He was lucky there because, yeah. But
And we'll see who chose right.
I still believe there's another twist or two in this story, yeah.
And unfortunately for those inters, guys, they're being held up by not Kimmy. Oh, no.
Yeah, they've got a very slow going AI here.
Yeah,
Oh, you can see Wezo is being frustrated. Not perfect, so those two in front, actually, the gamble can pay off with a little bit of help here from unintentional AI.
Yep. It's definitely not very good for the racing.
Nope. And the thing is, you don't want to just dive bomb the AI and put yourself, not Sebastian, ignoring blue flags.
Not Sebastian.
Desperately trying to unlap himself.
He allowed not Maverick through. Strange that he got that penalty.
Yeah, but he's trying to unlap himself.
No.
Not sure.
Okay, now it is coming down quite hard.
I think these guys in front are going to find it difficult. Wezo has finally passed that Kimi AI. Can he get away before the next car is actually going to make that move? So now you have a guys in front who's going to want to make some sort of a gap here before they have to stop. Not having the best of conditions to do so. Can Wezo capitalize on that and close this gap? Oh, yellow flag again. Not Fernando's out of a race, so surely this will be another safety car.
Yep.
And we down to 8. Oh, and Kimi's AI, so maybe that is what happened, not Fernando and the AI.
Yeah, unfortunately
both, not Kimi's AI and not
Fernando coming together, I think that's exactly what happened.
Because just coincidentally very tired at the same time, so it can only be what happened. Oh, and you can clearly see those raindrops now.
Yep.
Big splashes there on the track as they fall blonk, blonk, blonk.
Just on board with Speed Knight and Seb Shumi.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that car is not looking happy on those right tires.
No, I mean...
especially Seb Shumi! He's lost his wheel!
Oh, Seb Shumi's gone.
I had a feeling it was getting
slippery
too wet.
Slippery tires, worn dry tires in wet conditions. Not perfect, and Knighton still stays out.
But that will have a psychological effect. And Speed Knighton goes past the pit lane as they disable DRS. And he's got a puncture. He's ridden over debris.
Yeah, there we go. Front puncture and in slippery conditions.
Oh,
and we saw already earlier, not Sebastian, it was a handful for him. But Knighton had a good lead on Wezo. How much of that lead, how much is going to help him? How quick can these other guys capitalize on that?
I think he's going to require a Christmas miracle to stay ahead of Wezo here by the time he reaches the pits. It's not looking good for Speed Knighton at the moment. But
Knighton is doing a good job. So far, he didn't even go off track yet.
You can tell he's definitely handled the situation similar to this in the past. Very
now Wezo's gaining by the rate of knots.
Yeah. And hopefully Wezo sees the damaged and limping car and realizes. And the herd gets even thinner.
No, I think Gueza will definitely notice there's something because by the rate that gap is dropping.
Yep.
Oh, here we go. The chicane, and now only the guys are on him.
Yep.
So Knighton did really well. He almost did He almost did the whole lap with that damage.
Well done from Knighton, but now he's going to hold up Boinkies. He lets him through on the inside. Good racing there.
So surely Knighton should
Maverick
dive
now
to
on
the
the
inside,
outside. He manages to pull off an overtake.
There we go, Knighton coming into the pit.
To 7 again. I think that was the same number of finishes we had at Jeddah.
No, last week was 8, so we already one less finisher.
And we're just past the halfway
So obviously
mark.
serving the penalty, that's a new front wing.
Yep.
And softs, not even inters? Why does he know what we don't? Because from all indications it's wet out there.
From my standing, it's definitely wet tires. Unless Speed Knighton has confidence that he can
but he definitely shows on soft. The schematic shows soft, and riding on board with him, it shows soft. He was fast on those mediums because he managed to get away from Wezo before that puncture. So again, why does he know what the rest of the field doesn't? Unless he realizes rain's not going to last long and he's prepared to go the way he's been going.
Yep. Essentially, he's going to want to try and skip a pit stop to catch up. And that's not a bad idea. However, you have to cover quite some ground to make up all that time.
Maverick,
and we have another car coming into the pits.
Let's
it's
see
not Maverick.
He's going for new inters, front wing.
No, front wing change, I think, mainly.
Yeah, and obviously a new set of inters, so he's not changing tyres.
Yep.
So he sticks with the inters.
I'll put it to you like this. After that pit stop, Speed Knighton is still quite a ways behind not Maverick.
That we will see now. New set of inters versus new set of softs.
Just monitor that interval between not Maverick and Speed Knighton. For these conditions, you'd think it would be almost impossible to try and drive dry tires without losing it.
Looking at this gap, Not Sebastian managed to unlap himself.
Well done from Not Sebastian, not giving up. In my opinion, I think it shows great strength that Not Sebastian hasn't pulled into the pits and retired.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, I know a couple of guys who would have. I see Lowe's battling to hold on to Boinkies. Boinkies falling a little bit out of touch. Oh, and another. Oh, that's Knighton.
No, but
that's Knighton. Is that how the soft tire is catching, going against him?
I think that's exactly what's happening.
I also believe that's the soft tires now in wet conditions. That Gamble is now going against him.
Look at the spray coming off of those front tires if you go on board with it. It is torrential. Yeah, I don't think he got that call right.
Oh, and that is a front wing gone, so that is definitely a stop to come. Yep. So that's more time, and what tires is he going to go this time?
I'm sure he has to go back onto the
Inters I also can't see him choosing anything other than Inters.
But I will say, from what I've seen so far, this racetrack...
DRS disabled, there we go, DRS is disabled, so surely that should be Inters.
Inters.
And he's going for Inters indeed.
This track is a car killer. It is an absolute car killer. And the fact that under safety car the debris doesn't get removed is a bit shocking. You'd think...
How many punctures? I mean, we saw 3 punctures just in the race alone.
Yeah. We saw 3 punctures on an Alpha alone.
And the biggest guys who failed punctures tonight is Alpha.
Yep. We saw Alpine with the puncture, we saw the Alphas with 3 punctures.
Stoffel actually putting Wezer under pressure.
Yep. Gap very close between these two. Overtaking is one thing, but doing it in the wet becomes a completely different game. Stoffel, obviously a very fast driver. He's in the DRS league. These two guys, both DRS drivers.
So obviously they know each other's styles a bit, so they went wheel to wheel against each other before.
Wezo very consistent, especially when it comes to race pace. And I've seen him drive much harder conditions in this and come out on top. But Stoffel is sticking to him, but unfortunately he won't have DRS to give him that little extra boost along the straight.
Not Sebastian behind Boinkies, of course. He just wanted to get past Boinkies, so to continue on his pursuit of, unlapping himself.
And I see he's actually 20 seconds from Speed Knighton, so, if there's another safety car.
But he is behind some cars.
You
want to get unlapped, because if he can get unlapped and there's another safety car, like you say, he will be right at the back again. But will the car ahead on track actually allow him to unlap himself?
Staying on board now, I think Wezo is starting to pull away here again.
That gap just over a second. Boinkies also just falling off a little bit further from Stoffel.
Yep.
So it's like these two in front will pretty much continue with their own thing, unless of course another safety car and closing up the gap. Another 30 laps to go.
And unfortunately not too many cars occupying the track, so we are going to see the gap spread out a bit.
And of course, if they spread out, there's less chance of contact.
Yep. I think made the right decision coming to join you here, because you would have been quite stuck after a while.
But it's just weird, because it was 1 or 2 in the beginning, and then the rest of the guys is like literally 2 or 3 at a time, but as they dropped off.
Yep. I think
because we lost both Ferraris, we lost both McLarens. Both Williams.
As soon as I retired,
both Aston
started to really.
It's almost like everybody retired out of sympathy for you.
I know, they saw that curb that I hit, and they said, "Ach man, Rinnanen can't be having these things, so we'll join him."
Yeah, look at it now. So we got both. But Alpine still in the race. Only team with 2 cars left.
Yep. And I wonder what's the lowest amount of finishes we've ever had in a TNB stream, because this is almost up there, if not.
Is pretty much there.
Yeah.
Last
I remember Singapore, the longest race we've ever had, that Singapore race in 2018, that we had about 6 finishes at the end of it, but that went on for about 2.5, 3 hours, the race.
Of course, it's not like real life. You only race for 2 hours and then the flag will come out and that's it. You finish all laps. And of course, the more safety cars, the longer it takes.
Yeah, in F1 you can race for however long it takes. If there's 10 safety cars, you gotta stay behind them. You gotta wait your turn and do all those 72 laps. And from what I'm looking at, I think
slowly but surely hauling in low.
Poinkies is actually going to do quite well if he maintains this finish.
I mean, at the moment he's in point paying position, and last week he was also there.
Yep.
And to think about it, this is the reserve. 2 races in a row for the reserve and the podium.
Unfortunately, due to his work commitments, he cannot have a permanent seat.
Yeah, because he can't guarantee that he will be here every Friday.
Exactly, which is how all drivers should think about when entering a league. Because we have seen a few
another
guys.
Yellow.
I see it.
That's Speed Knighton, looks like it. Yeah.
But what's happened there? I think he just had a.
He just had a bit of a spin there. Just had a moment. I don't see damage. No, the front wing is intact, so that was just a spin.
I wonder if his car is
pushing a little bit too, or pushing just a little bit too hard.
He's had a lot of off incidents this race, so maybe his car's got a bit of damage that we don't know about.
And meantime, not Sebastian did get ahead of Boinky, so Next on track to him is Stoffel, so he's still on his crusade of unlapping himself, and in the process got 5 seconds closer to Speed Knighton.
Yep. And unfortunately, though, for not Sebastian, the fewer people in the race, the lower the chance of a safety car would be. So he's got to.
Never. I mean, with the rain, it just takes one small mistake. You're just too eager on the juice, and off you go.
But don't count out Poinkies. He's a very good wet weather runner.
Oh, yes.
And he really does prefer wet weather towards the dry running.
Must say, less penalties compared to last week.
Yeah. It's because you don't get penalties
last
around
week there
you.
was a hell of a lot of penalties.
You don't get penalties around you. You just hit a wall and your wheel's gone.
That's the thing, because it's all the mistake is very less unforgiving compared to last week.
Yeah. And it's quite surprising because you'd think Jeddah, with the walls being so close and the runoff area not being there.
Stoffel now really struggling to hold on to Wezo.
Yeah. And he'll soon find himself in the clutches of Poinkies if he doesn't manage to get back to Wezo. And at the moment, I think closest battle is not Maverick on the back of Loki. Or Low Q.
Yeah,
I know they call him Low Key in DRS. I think I saw a piece of a car fly off when they went over the curb. Yeah, definitely. So one of these cars has floorboard damage from that. See, that's the thing with simulation damage.
That's the thing, because you even get sidepod damage and stuff, and if you have that kind of damage, car's a handful. And I'm not sure if Knighton might have experiencing something like that.
Yep.
Because Not Sebastian is still gaining out of him, and Not Maverick now right on Loki.
I think we'll see along here who's got that floorboard damage, if they have a lack of pace. I think it might be Loki, actually, that has
possible,
the damage.
Because Loki, because Not Maverick actually ran up to him very quickly.
Yep. If it was the other way, I think we'd see Not Maverick falling off from him quickly.
Because Loki was fast not too long ago.
And the thing about TNB, which I love, is the element of difficulty that you don't see anywhere else in any other league that I've seen.
100% race distance. I mean, that's
100% race distance.
Because you get tired to sit here for 100% race distance. In this case, 72 laps is not easy.
And then there goes Loki with
Loki
a mistake.
make a mistake. Maverick's going to go on the inside. But Loki will defend on the inside in the next corner.
Yep.
Like the line, Not Maverick goes on the inside.
They're
He's
gonna
got
go
the best grip.
almost side by side, almost
No
like
DRS,
NASCAR racing around there.
But
Loki will defend the inside.
He's got no power, he's got no ERS. You can see that red light there flashing.
And Loki
Not
holds him
Maverick
off for
goes
now,
to
but
tight
on
the
the
line, he
inside.
goes on the inside. And that's it, he's past Loki. Not Maverick, much better line there.
Very good racing from
Loki
the two.
defending just went a little bit too deep. But of course, no ERS to counter. As you could see that red light flashing there. And of course, with wet conditions, no DRS. So yeah, it was all DRS really there. As you can see, Loki is already falling back.
I must commend that clean driving.
So as Loki's falling back, that just speaks back to what you said about that potential damage.
Yep. I definitely saw a piece of carbon fiber did come off of one of the cars as they went off.
Not Sebastian now right where he wants to be. He's very close now to Stoffel, because then he's only going after Wezo. When he would have unlapped himself completely, it's literally just second and first place now that has lapped him. Where not too long ago it was the whole field that lapped him. Oh, DRS enabled, so traffic
DRS
drying.
enabled. And the first people to come towards the pits would be, I think, Not Maverick. So he's going to have the biggest
and
advantage.
Loki.
There he goes, slowing down to measure the
Not
pit
Maverick
lane up.
coming in.
Yep.
Loki decides to stay out.
I think Loki making a mistake here.
So next will be most likely Knighton. I'm sure he's going to go because he preferred his dry tires earlier, of course, as we all know.
Yep. Unfortunately, maybe a bit too early.
Oh,
Definitely a bit too early. Not maybe.
Not Maverick on his way, decided to go for mediums. Not Sebastian right there with
but those
Stoffel
mediums
now.
are not warm at all, Mr. IC. He nearly lost it there.
Yeah, I can imagine. Speed Knighton in just as I expected.
Oh, I'm on board with
Wezo coming
Maverick.
in. Stoffel coming in. Not Sebastian staying out in an attempt to still continue unlapping himself.
Yep. He's right up to the back of Speed Knighton
Pointy's
now.
in the pit, so Loki, of course, haven't stopped yet. Not Sebastian, like I say, that's all an attempt to unlap himself after this round. You know, he basically wants to be in a position where he's unlapped once he stops.
Well, it's not the worst time in the world.
But he will
Inters.
obviously stop for the next lap because this track is getting dry and drier. Inters is definitely not the right call here.
Speed Knighton just hit the wall.
Oh my word, that is why he's right in front
Yeah,
of
I
Not
saw
Sebastian.
him a lot on the right of the track while Not Sebastian was chasing him. Was on board with Not Sebastian.
Yeah, that's it, in
Speed
plate.
Knighton's
In
missing
plate.
an end plate. Yeah, he
Right
hit the
in
wall.
plate is gone.
I definitely spotted him.
That
a
is
lot
why that
towards
car
the
is going
right.
so much slower than that car on the Inters.
Yep. And unfortunately, for Speed
Oh,
Knighton...
Boinky's lost it.
No!
Boinky spun.
Oh dear. I think he's struggling to get heat into those tires.
Oh, Speed Knighton goes into the pit wall and kaboom, out of a race. That is Speed Knighton gone. Coming into the pit lane too hard and hits the wall, and that is that.
And
Goodbye,
if I'm not
Speed Knighton, and we're
mistaken,
down
I
to
think we're
6 riders.
tied
So
for the
this is
fewest
then officially
finishes.
the lowest number of finishes.
Yeah, but I think we're
And
tied
we still
right
got
now.
22
with
laps to
Singapore.
go.
Yeah, with 22 laps to go. We could all outright set a new record completely here. And we did
finding the
start
car
with
a handful
18
now, but he's
runners.
still hanging on to third. Low key now 1.8 seconds behind Maverick, so everybody is on dry tires. Maverick and Not Sebastian, the only ones on medium, so they can definitely go to the end. Not sure those.
Porky's puncture. He's got a puncture.
Oh, that explains. Oh, here we go, another
no.
puncture. And this is not all tires. This is a new set of softs. That's the debris on the track that you spoke about earlier.
This
Safety cars, but the marshals being a bit lazy, not picking up the debris.
And it's definitely turning out to be a track killer, Zandvoort, at the moment. I don't know why the debris is collecting on the track so badly. As we've seen in real F1, they would employ a virtual safety car and
just to
clean
clear
the track.
that debris.
Yep. And especially on such a dangerous
and now
corner.
Loki also. Loki also going slow.
I wonder if he's got damage.
Nothing wrong with the
I know
in-plate,
Loki
still
had
got
that
front wing.
floorboard. I think he's got floorboard damage from when he went over that curb, but nothing else really
He
looks
went
wrong.
very slow there for a moment. And not Maverick is now past Boinkies, who made it to the pit.
Limps at home. Unfortunately for him, that's going to kick him out of the podium running.
Not Maverick off, not Maverick sliding.
Not
also
Maverick
puncture.
In the gravel.
Also puncture, right,
puncture.
left. No, sorry, left rear puncture.
I thought you were going to say there were punctures left, right, and center because you wouldn't be
Well, it
wrong.
kind of now start looking like it because now we had Boinkies and Boinkies just drove into the pits. Here, not Maverick is actually picking up a puncture himself.
This has got to be
This is
one
the
of
race with the most punctures I've seen. I've never seen a race like this when it comes to the amount of punctures.
Like not TNB, not in an SA league. This could be one of the league races with the most punctures ever.
Definitely the one I saw with the most punctures. Because now it's Maverick, it was Boinkies, it was not Sebastian.
Yep.
It was not Fernando.
Zandvoort not usually in F1 games, so we don't see this track very often.
Sure.
So I wonder if this track is a bit glitched when it comes to debris not being removed. Because at Jeddah, we didn't have debris on the track, that's for sure.
And there was also a high number of retirements. Not Maverick just going off track. The car really is a mission.
That's actually quite hilarious at this point.
And that was that's a sad one. You go past the pit lane, and then you get to puncture. Now you have to do the whole lap like this. So not Sebastian finally making up a position. He's into 5th.
Unfortunately,
looks like that perseverance is slowly but surely starting to pay off.
Yeah, the perseverance is paying off, but the person is overtaken.
Wezo is pumping in those laps in front.
That limping Mercedes does not look happy at all. And I wouldn't be happy if I was not Maverick.
Wonder what the extent of damage there is. Is it just a puncture or is there more to it?
Yeah, I think... Spins again! And he taps the
luckily
wall.
It's just the tires, not a front wing or a rear wing going into the wall.
I don't think he would have gotten any damage from that. However, that Mercedes is going very slowly, and hopefully Boinkies doesn't collect them around here.
In the process.
He sees it very late!
He sees it very late, but he's past him.
Word. That was a very scary moment there. And he sets the fastest lap whilst avoiding...
And correct me if I'm wrong, that is Boinkies actually lapping. He actually lapped Maverick there because he came out of a pit, and as he came out of a pit after his puncture, he went past not Maverick, so he just lapped not Maverick thanks to that puncture.
And I see not Sebastian is still lapped by, I think, a few people.
Now he's unlapped himself.
To the leader says
maybe
he's
just
one
Wezo.
lap down. I think maybe Wezo and Stoffel here. Wezo and...
Maybe.
Wezo
definitely
and
Wezo, not sure about Stoffel, but yeah, it can be only those two.
Let's see, where is not Sebastian at the moment?
He's in 5th.
No, Stoffel's definitely lapped him. Stoffel's
okay, so then it's both of them. Then it's both. And Loki finding him back into place in 3rd place, where he was before.
Yep. And unfortunately, viewers, the race has turned from a good old motor race into a puncture watch.
I think this is now literally becoming a survival race.
Yeah, no, it is. And
if you can survive it to the end, you're going to get some good points.
I don't want to put a commentator's curse on it, but out of everyone we've seen so far, I don't think Wezo has been involved in a single incident.
And Stoffel also didn't have a bad one.
Yeah, that is true.
So the guys literally in 1st and 2nd place were the ones who could avoid. And you know what, when crap happened around them, they managed to just somehow keep their noses clean.
Yep.
And they avoided that debris.
It'd be very hard now to retire unless you do get a puncture and hit the wall or touch a curb.
No, I'm not going to go bet on that because, I mean, out of 18, we only got 6 drivers left.
6 left. That's insane.
That's by far the most retirements I've seen in a race.
A third of the grid remains racing.
And of course, not to mention the amount of punctures we've seen.
Yep.
That's
I think we've had at least 7 or 8 punctures this race.
Boinky's still clapping in those laps.
He's getting all of it out of that soft tire. I think he's chasing Loki at the moment. He wants that podium place back.
Well, if he's going to continue like this, he's going to get that 3rd place back.
And also remember, Loki has that floorboard damage, so he won't be going as fast as he
Question
can.
is, what can Loki do to counter? I mean, if it's a second a lap, yeah, now he's gonna be there right on his behind with a few laps to go.
I think at this stage, Loki, not Sebastian, and not Maverick are just trying to survive it till that 90% point. Just so they know that they've got the points in the bag. And I think 90%
they need to
for
worry
this
about survive because, yeah, what a race tonight.
So it would be 72 minus 7, 65 at lap 65, all runners will score points.
And now it looks like the sun is also starting to come out. So that rain was just to cause some crap.
And the problem with the rain, it makes it even harder to see debris. And we had quite a few punctures whilst it was raining.
And there's a lot of debris, and like you say, those punctures when there was rain, the wet track. Unfortunately,
there's not much stewards can do to help all the punctures. Nope. Yeah, it's just the way the game was made and programmed.
And you can go program stuff in this game.
Yep. Stoffel now putting the foot down to try maybe catch Wezzo in front of him. Yep.
Stoffel doing very good for us.
He's a very quick driver, especially in DRS.
Just remind us, is Stoffel a replacement or is he just a substitute?
No, Stoffel, indeed, he is a reserve driver, but I think
because obviously Foss retired, but of course the other Haas driver called it quits. He had to withdraw, so this seat's obviously available. I think it was taken, but the guy who took it couldn't make it, and here we have Stoffel as a reserve driver in second place.
And you know what's the funny thing? You know, people get so upset when they retire and everything. I always say to people when they come to TNB, in the race, it's not about how fast you can go, it's about how long you can survive.
That's a thing.
And that's something that you can only learn the hard way, and some people are not willing to learn that. And that's why you'll always see TNB have some of the toughest races around there, like not Sebastian. Look at him. He was, down a tire, down a front wing, spinning it sideways for a lap and a half. Got lapped by the field, and now he's not even last anymore. So it just shows
how many people do you and me both know that would have given up by then now?
Yeah.
And meantime, Boinky is still gaining on Loki's. Now that gap is under 7.5.
I might have given up if I was in Sebastian's position there. He was looking very down and out, but anything can happen in a 100% race.
So more punctures coming up?
And he's looking very comfortable now in those mediums, just sitting on board with not Sebastian.
Boinky's really pushing 6.5.
Yep. He's definitely going to catch Loki soon.
Hey, a whole second. He's catching Loki. Now this is a rate of knots, alright.
Yeah, and to quote Martin Brundle, catching someone is one thing, but overtaking them, that's another thing.
But if Loki's got damage like you suspecting, DRS advantage Boinkies.
Yep. And it'll be coming into Boinkies' view soon, and that's just extra encouragement for the AlphaTauri. As soon as you see that little spark of hope,
Weather's still opening up in front.
Yep. Stoffel had a good 2 or 3 lap push, and Wezzo's countered back with his own, but Wezzo's actually quite low on ERS, so I think he's pushing himself to try to stay clear of Stoffel.
Boinky's now less than 6 seconds.
Yeah. No lack of excitement or interest in this. This has been one of the most interesting races from a commentator's perspective.
Not Maverick trying to unlap himself. Got Stoffel.
Yep. And it's right on the back of him. Does it quite
Stoffel
nicely.
Actually pulling over. Stoffel says no, go for it.
I think Stoffel might benefit with DRS here.
That's it. Get a bit of a slipstream here. There you go. Rear wing wide open.
Fortunately, giving not Maverick that place has costed him maybe about a second over the charge to Wezo.
Yeah, but I think he can also realize he's not going to catch Wezo.
Mm.
So he just needs to hang on to second, and he's decent for that because 40 seconds to third place. And third and fourth is going to have a fight real soon, and that can end up costing them more.
Boyke's still going along strong, chasing that Red Bull.
Now it's under 5 seconds.
And soon enough, you'll be able to see him around that bank corner. Then he'll just catch a glimpse of him on the straight. There he goes around the first corner.
Boinkies go over start finish line as low turns into the first corner, so that's not much.
Not at all. Especially when you know you are the faster car at the moment.
And Boinkies also, except for Maverick, fresher tyres.
Yep.
Only done 8 laps on these, where leaders has done.
As it stands, he'll get the fastest lap point as well, Boinkies.
Mm-hmm.
Which is huge for his championship standings.
Now less than 4 seconds.
And I know people comment on Boinkies saying, sometimes he is a bit aggressive, but I have to disagree with that. He's been a very good racer since the last year or so I've been racing with him. I don't think he's caused a single incident in DRS. He had that one incident with RZDV at Jeddah at lap 1, but completely accidental. And he's really pushing here to get that Red Bull.
Now he wants that Red Bull. He said,
Gap's down by another 7 tenths there.
So it's all teams now, single cars left in the race.
But the only problem with pushing as hard as Boinkies is going, you touch one curb you're not meant to.
And then you go running into the wall.
You go running into the wall. You don't go spinning, you go running.
And I mean, you demonstrated to us.
Exactly. And for those of you who have stuck with the stream till now, I'd like to thank you for giving us all your time. And no lack of excitement in this race, that is for sure.
2.7. Boinkies getting closer and closer.
So I've just read now, Not Maverick has floorboard and side pod damage.
Oh no.
Thank you for that information, Not Fernando. So that's why Not Maverick is struggling as well. He's got a lot of damage on that car.
Stoffel now 8 seconds behind.
Racer actually joining us too. Hello Yuri. Thank you for staying with us tonight.
That's nice if the guys actually share the information, then we also know what's up.
Yep. For a man with floorboard and side pod damage, he's still finishing in 6th place.
That was like one.
That's a good haul of points for that amount of damage. That's shows you that even if you have that amount of damage, sticking it out, you'll still get points around you.
Boinkies now just over 2 seconds behind Loki.
It's coming down even faster now, that gap. Very smooth style of driving if you sit on board with Boinkies. It's like he's trying to massage you around the lap. Nice early upshifts to prevent wheel spin. Very conservative driving, almost like George Russell I've seen. Now that gap's nearly in that 1 second range.
Not Sebastian coming up against Stoffel, and that's actually a purple sector for the last sector.
Yep.
And that's on the mediums. I must say 18 lap old mediums.
And there goes Not Sebastian unlapping him. Not Sebastian hits the same curb I hit, but he saves it.
But he saved
I don't think he hit it as badly as
Not
I did.
at the same angle as you did.
No. I hit the beginning of it. I think he hit the middle of it. But that is the exact curb that took myself
There we go.
out
Boinky is on low.
Yep. And I think he'll position himself to overtake him at the main straight.
Mm-hmm.
Well done from Boinkies to get that gap all the way down.
Yeah, but now comes the real work.
Yeah.
And that
Loki
is the real
seems
gap.
to be struggling to keep that thing on the road. Oh. Very early braking from the Red Bull, just trying to stay on some sort of racing line. He definitely has a lot of damage, that Red Bull. And see how wide he's staying from the curb he rode over earlier that gave him the damage. He's learned his lesson the hard way, as we say, and here he goes. Ooh, catches up quite early to the back of the Red Bull. Easy overtake, very easy. There we have it.
He's passed.
And
Loki's don't have a pace to try to hold on.
In other news, we have reached the 90% mark. And
Don't
everyone
say
running.
That. Don't say that loud. You're going to start retiring now.
Hopefully everyone finishes, but let's say someone doesn't in this top 6. They will be still classified. And yeah, I think we're going to see things settle around about in this position till the end. And Johan, what's your take of the race so far?
And Weather's what? Now more than 10 seconds. So he's actually getting to the point. Only 6 laps left, but he can really push for maybe a pit stop of a lead.
Nah, I think I'd be a bit too risky.
Well, Boinkies and Stoffel definitely have a pit stop on Boinky, so he can stop another stop and he'll be fine. But somehow it looks like Lowe is now really trying to hang on. He's not letting Boinkies get away from him. And that's just not what we anticipated.
And maybe if not Sebastian or not Maverick's got a lot of damage, but maybe if not Sebastian,
I don't know, it's mediums, it can also be damaged, but he's not making inroads that fast. That's what I say that he goes fastest lap on those mediums. What a way to respond.
Yeah. I was going to say box for softs and go set the fastest lap, but he's done it on mediums.
He definitely done it on those mediums, which is also the longest stint of if you look at the 6 current drivers, he's the only one on mediums, and he's also done the most laps on his tyres.
That's very impressive. 21 laps on those mediums.
Okay, Loki now starting to follow that. He's now moving a second already there.
And I think the next closest would have been me on those 19-lap-old hards, and I would have taken those things
there you go.
far.
I thought as much, because that is why that gap started opening up so big, and here we go, Boinkies over 112.
And not Sebastian's a man of pride, so I can guarantee you he's going to put on a set of softs.
And his time's still coming down. Loki over 3 now, 3.5. Stoffel falling back from Wezo. So gaps are actually, I could say, opening up, except for not Sebastian and Loki. Not Sebastian trying to close it.
And just seeing now, Honky's actually improved his time about 6/10 to not Sebastian's fastest lap, so he's comfortably got the fastest lap for now.
Stoffel really making the Haas look good.
But today I didn't really see dirty driving per se. I just saw a dirty track, honestly.
I saw a dirty track with lots of debris, but how did that debris end up there in the first place?
Yeah. I know a lot of guys spun on that final corner and hit the wall, and it's not the easiest track to drive on, but 6 finishes is something to
I mean, really.
take in.
And the amount of punctures.
Yeah. I think if we had to look back at the stream, I can think of at least 6 punctures just from the top of my head.
Not Sebastian. Of course, not Fernando. That was like a lap apart. Of course, not Maverick had his puncture.
Driver of the day so far? Who would you say?
Oh,
Your votes.
You know what? If I look at where he was at one stage, how he kept his cool behind us and how he managed to dodge and behave, I'm going to have to go Wezo.
Yeah. Wezo for you? I'm going to have to go for Wezo as well. He was very convincing in that lead.
I mean,
didn't buckle under pressure.
Second place at that time when Schumi was the lead car, where Schumi spun, he could have so easily ran into Schumi.
Yep.
So there was a few instances where he was at a time, for the second time, bad Sebastian pushing very hard.
Yep.
And he lost time to Loki as well. All of a sudden, that's now over 40. But now Wezo kept it clean. He managed to avoid everything. So yeah, no, I just think Wezo definitely, he really kept his cool.
Anyone remember what I said a lap or two ago about not Sebastian being a man of pride? He's on the soft tire.
Yeah, he's on the soft tires. That is why the time, that is exactly why the time has, increased between him and Lowe.
It's purple.
It's purple.
If I were you, I'd sit on board with this lap.
I am on board with him, funny enough.
Stonker, right, yeah.
You called it, going for the set of fresh softs.
Yep.
I mean, he was not going to gain on Lowe, so might as well just square it on and try it.
Was
Lowe
a
moving
safe
car in
stop.
front.
You're not gonna, purple again. He should have this as long as he doesn't invalidate or anything worse.
Yeah, no, he's just got this, which is, I think, Stoffel. Yeah, he's got Stoffel in front of him.
Yeah. Ooh, very close to invalidating on that second last corner.
Really
but
on the
there
edge,
he goes. We're gonna see a nice
and
quick
it is a
time there.
1:11.8.
1:11.8 for race. That is very fast. Obviously low fuel. He's basically on a quali load of fuel, but through what that Alpha's been through today, I think he deserves my second place for second driver today. He's been through it all, not Sebastian. He's got a saga to tell his grandkids one day, the time he raced at Zandvoort. Yes.
Forget about Zandvoort. I'll rather go to Zandspruit next time.
Yep. And the lovely thing about a race like this, I can guarantee you these 6 finishers will never forget this race for the rest of their lives.
No, I also don't think so.
Just as how I remember that Singapore race from 2018. These boys are going to remember Zandvoort 2021. I mean, 2022, I'm living in the past.
Well, the game is technically 21, so who's gonna
Sure.
moan?
Exactly. And I see we're on final lap. Bjorn,
Yeah, on board here
lead
with
us
Wezo
through.
for the final lap.
Take us away.
Keeping it still clean and nice and tidy. I know Wezo had a handful last week, and it was coincidentally you. You and Wezo. And tonight he actually gets the bragging rights and the top honors.
Yep.
In the end, it was almost a pit stop ahead of Stoffel.
So
15,
say
almost
about
16 seconds.
18 seconds would have been safe, I think.
Yeah, Boinkies were pushing because that time he was actually gaining on Stoffel.
Yep. And he's about 2 corners away. The Alpine, the blue, white, and
Here we
red.
go, final part, dashing for the light,
And
and
he takes it in front of the orange
Wezo's
army.
got the checkered flag.
Yep. Well done from him. And then I think Stoffel following shortly.
Yeah, Stoffel coming around now. Yeah, mad dash for the line, and 32nd place for Stoffel.
Yep. Definitely proving he is a TNB caliber driver, retiring during qualifying.
Fifth.
And Poinky's making his way around the next across the line.
Yep.
He'll be well done
That
to
will be
Not
third.
Maverick and not Sebastian for finishing.
Another podium for Boinkies.
Yeah, and that means he'll be our championship leader
I do
going
believe
in
so.
through to round 3. Now Shumi has retired, and
Loki coming through, also decent. Must say also a good race from Loki.
yep,
Keeping together
Speed
with all
Knighton
that damage.
retired. And I think that's it for now. I'm going to leave you to your
Boinkies
post-race
driver of the day
interviews.
as per the computer. Look, not a bad choice, don't get me wrong. Also good contender for driver of the day. I just think, the one who kept it clean, who managed to avoid, and I mean really, he was freaking avoiding things. That is definitely Wezo.
And yeah, as I said, I'm going to leave you to conduct your interviews.
Nah, you can stay, it's fine. See if you can get, let's see if you can get first place and second place in here, because I don't have them on my friends list.
Okay.
I'll
We
quickly get Boinkies in here.
should be in here. Hopefully they don't go off